Hello. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have had a wonderful and lovely weekend and a lovely day. And I cannot wait to spend a little bit of time with you. So, if this is your first time watching, come on in the room. We love having new people. But to all of my Facebook saints, my YouTube saints, and my Sunday school dropouts, I'm so happy to see you. So come on in the room so we can have some fun. Happy Valentine's Day. I cannot wait. This is going to be absolutely wonderful. Okay. I told you this is not going to be anything like what you're used to. We're just going to have some fun tonight and enjoy some love. And you know what? I love you. And if you can't tell, let me just show you. I love you so much. I put on some hair and some makeup. And look, my sister, that's my glam fairy. Cinderella had a fairy godmother. Well, I have a glam fairy, and she did my face. And then my other sister always helps me with my clothing. Now, Cinderella, well, she had to be home by midnight because if she wasn't, that carriage would turn into a pumpkin. Well, I'm going to tell you this now. I don't have to be home by midnight, but we've got about a good 30 minutes before this girdle gives out, okay? So come on in so we can have some fun. Today is a smile session. It's all about just having a good time. Life's been kind of rough for us all, right? And so I know normally on my lives, I'm able to talk back to you. But today, because I have my face done and I don't have my glasses on, I can't see the comments. But that's okay. Please do leave them because once this is over, I truly want to go back and see what you had to say. So please leave all your comments. I love you, family. Now, before we get into our smile session, I also want to say this to you. A lot of you all have reached out and asked, how can I give? How can I donate to BJS Productions? And I want to make sure you know how. So in the header for tonight is all of my information. If you would like to book me, the email address for my management team is there. And if you would like to give to BJS Productions, my Cash App and Venmo is there, as well as if you're on Facebook, you're more than welcome to give stars. That's how you can do it. I'm in the process of getting a lot of projects done. So if you'd like to donate, I would love that. So I would truly appreciate it. So now that you've been properly welcomed and we've gotten all of that out of the way, why don't we have some fun, shall we? Now, let's talk about the definition of love, since that's what we're here for tonight, right? Now, I went to looking and I found this very interesting definition that I want to share with you all. It said that love its meaning is to be deeply connected and committed to something or someone. Deeply connected or committed to something or someone. Now, y'all, I'm not too sure about that definition because when I hear it, it makes me think back to a time when my husband and I were coming back from Kentucky. I had performed up there and we were driving back down Highway 65 in the car. Everything's going fine. And well, I'll tell you right now, if I am not driving, I'm sleeping. So I was knocked out in the passenger seat. And when I woke up, well, we were sitting still, car off. A major traffic jam. There had either been a car accident or a really bad construction. All I know is we were sitting in that car with the car off and everyone around us was just parked. Now, for the first 30 minutes, I was fine, but I quickly realized that big gulp Coke that I had about 2 hours ago was trying to make a reappearance. So I was sitting there and I thought, well, you know what? It's just like being in church when the pastor gets a little long-winded. If you just sit still and cross your legs, everything will be all right. Well, I sat there for about 30 minutes and 30 minutes quickly turned into an hour. Okay, my bladder was quickly deciding it was about to turn in its resignation letter. So I took a couple of deep breaths. My husband, who was driving, decides he wants to fiddle with the car radio. The first song that came on, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls by TLC. Okay, I'm gonna need you to change it quickly. The next song I heard when he changed the station was A River Runs Through It. Now listen, I don't need to hear any more music about water. I've had enough. So what did I do? I started thinking back, sitting in that car. I don't know about you, but when I was little, well, my mama had a rule. Don't ever say you're bored. She would give us a rock and a stick, send us outside, and say, hey, go play. I got to looking out of that window and I saw a big line of trees. Now, my mama said, go play outside. And her rule was, don't come back in my house when I send you outside because you're going to do what? Let out all my good air. So I'll be honest with you, and I know there's no judgment, but we tend to take a quick break around a tree once or twice. Am I by myself? Or have you done that too? Wave your hands like this if you've done that too. So I got to thinking back to when I was little. I got to looking out of that window and right up at the top of the hill, that line of trees. And well, I knew what I was about to do. My MacGyver instinct kicked in. All I was missing was a paper clip and some gum. But I found in my back seat a great big old beach towel. Okay, y'all see where I'm going with this. I grabbed that beach towel, and by this point, water was coming through my bladder, right there in my eyes, okay? It was time for me to go. I got out of my car, and I went to the top of the hill. Well, as I was going up, I heard a voice behind me say, excuse me, ma'am, are you about to go to the restroom? I turned around, and it was this sweet older lady. I said, yes, ma'am, I am. And I stopped and grabbed her hand. And we went up to the top of that hill where those trees were. Now, I had to go to the bathroom really, really bad. But my mama raised me right. So I said, I'm going to hold this towel for you so that you can go. I'll wait. And she said, oh, baby, I have a better idea. Why don't you hold your end of the towel and lay it over that branch, and I'm going to hold this end of the towel and hold it over this end of the branch, and we both can go to the bathroom at the same time. Now, I've heard of a public restroom, but I do believe this might be taking it a bit far. But at that point, I didn't even care. I was ready to go to the restroom. Fine. So I took my end and I clipped it to the tree, and she did the same. There we were, right there on Highway 65, hiding behind a big old beach towel I've never been so happy to have in all my life. We got in position. Woo! Oh, what a relief it is. But in the midst of us both going, because I'm seeing things on her that she's not trying to see, and I'm not trying to see her on me, okay? But in the midst of us going, we forgot about one little fact. You see, traffic was stopped on our side of the interstate. Going in the opposite direction, traffic was moving just fine. And it seemed like as soon as we got in position to pop a squat, that towel went up because a semi truck came going in the other direction and that wind blew. The bottom of that towel flew up, and in that moment, me and that poor little old woman, she was holding her jeans and hollering and trying to hold on to that towel, and I was holding on to that towel and doing just as much hollering. Now, we were connected. We had a deep connection. Do you understand? We were both committed to holding on to that towel to make sure that all of our business was not spread out all over Highway 65. Needless to say, nobody saw much, I hope. If not, well, they got a pay-per-view session that day. But I don't know if that's exactly the true meaning of love. I mean, we both were committed to holding on to that towel and our jeans. And oh, what a relief it was. But is that really love? To this day, I don't know what happened to that lady, but I've seen parts of that poor stranger. But maybe that's just love with a stranger. I wonder. Love, to be deeply committed and connected to something or someone. Well, maybe that is true love. Well, there's so many different types of love. There are. And we have so many different sayings and things like love is blind. Well, I do believe that. Do you remember your first love? Your first true puppy love? I remember mine. When I was younger, my parents would always send my siblings and I to the roller skating rink. Now, the roller skating rink smelled of nachos, popcorn, every scent in Bath and Body Works because every girl in there had doused herself in it, and feet. It was an awful combination, but it was a magical place. And we would all go in there and have so much fun, just young teenagers having fun. And my favorite thing, we would skate all night to all the good songs, and then they would play that one slow song. Now, I may be showing you my age, but I can never forget being there and all of a sudden hearing I Swear by All for One coming on. And then the DJ would come on and say, all the ladies get on the floor and just skate around. And guys, if you see the girl you're interested in, go up and grab her hand. Now, this was an important part of the night, but something I forgot to explain to you is what I look like. Y'all, my glasses were about this thick. This thick. You could skate on them. If I put them on, you could see Jesus. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You can see Jesus through my glasses. I tell you all the time, if I don't have on my glasses, I can't hear you. That's the level of blind I am. And so all night I'd have my glasses on so I could skate. But when the slow song came on, I would take my glasses off as if that magically made me look like a Madonna. But that one night, my puppy love was there. It was a guy named Terry. He went to my school and he was so cute. All the girls liked him. And he was at the skating rink. So when the DJ said, ladies hit the floor, I took off my Coke bottles, put them in my pocket, and stepped one foot on that skating rink floor. Now, y'all, what I didn't understand at the time, that was my first true test in faith. Because when you are blind, you have no business getting on a slick floor on wheels. Jesus held me up that night. And I was skating around, waiting to see if he'd come near me. Skating and waiting, skating and waiting. And of course, I couldn't see much, but I knew where he was. And as soon as I saw him, I realized he grabbed another girl's hand, not mine. And as soon as I saw that, I was so heartbroken. But instead of just coming off the dance floor, I skated around one more time, sad and depressed and blind. So blind, I failed to see the young boy who had bent down in the middle of the skating rink to tie his shoe. I went flying over him. Figure skaters had nothing on me. I didn't even know that I could do a full somersault twist. But you know what ended up happening? I made a deep connection with the retaining wall, straight to the face. Gave a whole new meaning to love is blind. But I was committed to getting my face up out of that wall because we were way too connected. Is that what it means? Love. Love is to be deeply connected or committed to something or someone. So I had a deep connection with a stranger. And well, I've been deeply connected with a wall, but I don't know if that's true love. To be honest with you, I knew true love when I met my husband. We've been married, like you know, for 14 years. We've had our ups, we've had our downs. And, well, he used up most of his words in the first 2 years of our marriage. But I've tried hard to always find a way to keep things exciting, to try something new. You know what I mean? And so one day I was standing in the grocery store in love with my husband, thinking of how can we spice it up? I mean, after 14 years and a baby and a whole bunch of bills, don't judge me for this, but sometimes you just turn over and it's like, you're still here? Oh. But needless to say, I was determined to do something different. So what did I see standing there in that grocery line? I saw a magazine and it said 10 different ways to spice up your relationship. Hmm. Well, while I stood there, I decided to browse through a couple of the pages. And the first thing that it said was to buy something nice, something sexy to wear for your husband. Hmm, okay, I can do that. I mean, I'm sure he's tired of me wearing that house gown with the holes and the grease stains to bed every night. But it's so comfortable. All right, fine. So I chose to go to Victoria's Secret. Now, for anybody who by some chance doesn't know what Victoria's Secret is, it's this store with a whole bunch of lace and silk, and everything in there is small. I didn't know that until I actually went in the store. And the minute I walked in, I knew I was in trouble. When I walked in, this young little girl came up to me and she says, "May I help you?" And I explained to her I was there to find something for me to wear for my husband. Now, she swore up and down she had the perfect outfit for me. Y'all, this child was this big. Now, understand, I'm not body shaming, but based on all that I got going on here, I knew I could take whatever size she was and divide it by my size, and we'd still have a number. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There was no way she could help me find anything. But considering the fact that I had no clue what I was doing and I was in a foreign territory, I figured might as well give her a shot, right? So she gave me two outfits. She said, "I think these two will be perfect. I'll take you to the dressing room, try them on. I'll wait outside. You let me know how it works for you." Okay, I'll be a good sport. This is for my husband, right? Spice it up, right? I got in the dressing room. Now, the first outfit that she gave me, well, it was supposed to go over my head, I think. So I looked at it. I looked back at myself. I looked at it. I looked back at myself. I said, okay, I can do this. It's for my husband. I took the outfit and I put it over my head. All right, we're doing good. We got it over the head. Now, the next thing is to get my arm in it. And I pushed up and got one arm in it. All right. All right. So I'm standing in there about like this. And I got another arm to work on. Okay. So I reached down. About this time, I'm starting to breathe a little heavy. And I pushed and got my other arm halfway through. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Okay. About this time, the girl who's still standing outside says, "Ma'am, are you okay?" I wanted to tell her, "No, I need oxygen." But I said, "No, I'm fine." So I took a deep breath and I decided to pull it down over my breastplates of righteousness. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. I got it over it, but I almost gave myself a black eye or a concussion. So now I'm standing in here with this thing on, which I don't know who decided to call them a teddy. I don't know if it was Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know if it was Teddy Franklin. I don't know if it was Teddy Pendergrass. But there was nothing Teddy about this situation. I was fighting with a whole entire bear. But I got it on. And y'all, this little teddy, it had them straps, them spaghetti straps. Now, first of all, I don't understand the purpose of a spaghetti strap. Once your breastplates are to a certain size, let me just tell you something, ladies. You don't need to fool with nothing named spaghetti, because spaghetti noodles are flimsy. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I looked at that poor spaghetti strap, and it was so much tension hanging on to that strap, all they could do was shake and tremble. And there I was, standing there, stuck, circulation starting to cut off, and out of breath. And before I knew it, that spaghetti strap had taken all it could. I know we say the Lord won't put more on you than you can bear, but that strap let go and let God. Pop! So here I am, standing in the dressing room with a teddy halfway on. I'm stuck in it, and now I gotta buy it because I done broke it. Lord Jesus. You know, ma'am, little girl was still standing out there. Yes. I think I'm gonna need a larger size in this other situation you brought me. Can you mind grabbing the size up? That gave me just enough time to figure out how in the world I was gonna get out of this predicament. I always get myself in fool crazy situations. For anybody who doesn't know what that means, well, I'm a fool and I'm in a crazy situation. Well, I yanked it back up as best I could and I got myself out of it. Oh, talk about being free from strongholds. That gave me just enough time to quickly take it off and realize I knew I couldn't trust this little girl. She brought me a medium. What in the world am I going to do with a medium? The only thing that's medium in my life is a medium fry from McDonald's to go along with the milkshake. I'm so glad I had sense enough to tell her to bring me something other than the doggone medium that was still hanging there. Because like a fool, I was crazy enough to keep on going, to try on the next outfit. So she knocked on the door and she said, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but we only have an extra large." Well, thank you, Jesus. God works in mysterious ways. I opened the door just enough to take the next outfit from her. Okay. Now, this one I can handle, right? Because I don't have to pull it over my head. I took one look at it and realized this is more my speed. This will surely spice it up because all I have to do is step into it. I can step into some blessings. Okay, not a problem. So I took a deep breath. I took the next piece. I put my foot in and I pulled it on up and I got it right over my hips. That's funny. When I pulled it over my hips, I realized, it kind of feels like a girdle. But that's okay. I'm going to get it on. So I stepped back, took a deep breath, and I yanked it over my bottom stomach. Now, ladies, I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. But after I had my child, I quickly realized I had a bottom stomach and a top stomach. And depending on how much I ate, it might be a baker's dozen of sweet rolls going on right through there. But I got it over my bottom stomach. Okay. And I got it over my top stomach. Okay. Now all we got to do is get it over my breastplates of righteousness. All right. And a one. And a two. And a... Oh. I looked at myself. Lord have mercy. This ain't nothing but an all-over girdle. I can't go home in this. But by the time I got it up here, I was out of breath and I was sweating. Lord, I'll tell you this much, lady. Who needs a gym? All you need to do is go find yourself a Victoria's Secret and 2 outfits. You will get the workout of a lifetime. Here I am standing in this doggone dressing room, sweating and out of breath, stuck in another outfit and a broken one on the floor. Needless to say, I don't like Victoria, and I don't know her secret. And I still have a medium broken teddy on top of my closet that I've never used. But I was committed, and I had a deep connection to every part of me on that day. After I left there, all I wanted to do was go home and lay down. I needed a cigarette after all that. And I don't even smoke. Whew. So what's this love thing? I don't get it. Love is to be deeply committed and connected to someone or something. Well, I still wasn't sure what that meant or how that definition really worked for me. I mean, I was deeply connected to a stranger. And well, I was deeply connected face first into a retaining wall. And well, Lord knows, I was deeply, deeply connected to Victoria's Secret and her outfits. But I'm not sure if that's truly what the definition means. Maybe the definition has to do with my daughter. Yes, that's it, right? Now, I don't know if any of you all have children. If you do, that's wonderful. If you have more than one, God bless you. One and done. I tell you all the time, Sydney's name should have been Alpha Omega, the beginning and the end. I feel like I should have a t-shirt for her that says, I survived my mama. Because the minute she was born, I had no clue what on earth to do with her. But she's been my buddy and my road dog ever since she got here. And I have a very inquisitive child. She asks questions all the time. And well, some of her question asking has kept my prayer life strong. But I always make sure to answer every question that she has. So imagine how hard I prayed when my sweet little 3-year-old came to me and she had one of my sanitary napkins in her hand. Mama, what's this? Lord, you have to give me something to say to this child. So I said the very first thing that popped into my mind. I said, baby, that's Mama's pamper, like yours. I waited. She accepted that answer. Whew. Thank the Lord. I didn't know what else I was going to do if she didn't accept that answer. She said okay and bopped on. We didn't think anything else about it. Nothing at all. Until maybe about a week later. I took her to her favorite restaurant, Chick-fil-A. Now, you know, Chick-fil-A, I love that place. It's like, I believe Jesus himself came down to help them fry those fries, okay? We were there, and it was a busy Saturday. I mean, a real busy Saturday. We had the baseball team over here eating. There was a birthday party. It was full of people. And you know the story. Every time you go in Chick-fil-A, it's my pleasure. So there we were. We ordered our food. My husband and I sat down with our daughter. We began to eat, and I turned to him. And I said, listen, it's really loud in here, but I need to go to the restroom. I'll be back. So I stood up to walk away, to go to the restroom. And my daughter proudly reached in my purse and stood on a chair and announced to the entire restaurant, Mama, you forgot your pamper. And in that moment, Everybody in the restaurant, it seems like they just clicked off and got quiet. And my daughter was standing on top of that chair, deeply committed to making sure she told her mama she had that pamper in her hand. Everyone in the restaurant looked at me and looked back at her, standing triumphantly in the chair with her pamper. Is that what true love is? Huh? A child standing in a restaurant embarrassing you? Do you see me? I am a chocolate chip on the cookie, okay? But when I tell you I turn 50 shades of red, so what is true love? Is it with a stranger? Is it my commitment to my husband? Is it my daughter's commitment to showing me she loved me? She didn't want me to forget my pamper. You know what? I think true love is all three. And that's what I encourage you to do. Show true love to everyone. Be deeply committed and connected. Doesn't require you to know them. Love is something that you show to others. And you know how I feel about that. When you show love, you are truly getting your shine on. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I told you tonight was going to be different. I hope you enjoyed it. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you. So if you enjoyed the show, please feel free to leave your comments. If you'd like to book me, like I said at the beginning, the information is in the header. And if you would like to donate to BJS Productions, I've listed my Cash App and Venmo. But you better get your shine on. Have a wonderful and blessed night and happy Valentine's Day. I love you.